The Hugh Jackman Diaries.
On my way to the snowfields, I was with Neighbours actor Stephen Dennis and Dingbat director Baz Luhrmann. We were going up for some celebrity ski race. We were driving Luhrmann's Volvo. By we, I mean me and Stephen. We thought it best, for purposes of group dynamics and for purposes of legroom, that Baz ride in the boot. It made a lot of difference too, especially once we realised that cranking up some Scandinavian metal in the stereo could drown out all the "please, it's hard to breathe, my legs are cramping" noise coming from the boot. To keep ourselves occupied on the drive, me and Steph played a game of Rubbish. Rubbish is a great travel game. How it works is that you find something in the car that belongs to a nominated person, in this case, Baz Luhrmann. Then you pick it up, say the word "rubbish" and throw it out the window. You keep going until there's none of the person's possessions left to throw out the window. We got to the snow. It was cold. I was in me footy shorts, a Children of Bottom t-shirt, and some cool thongs I got from an artisan's market in Byron. Well, they were in the back of someone's ute in the car park at the artisan's market. I didn't have any other clothes. Fortunately, I had two things I always use to protect myself against the elements: a bottle of chartreuse and another bottle of chartreuse. Whenever I feel too cold or too hot, I simply drink a bit of chartreuse and keep drinking until I don't feel temperature anymore. We had to go to some chalet to find out about the celebrity race. There were a bunch of B-list numbskulls there: Toddy Goldsmith, Pat Rafter, Jim Owen, and the cast of Offspring. I walked up to the blonde Offspring chick. I said, "Hey, Offspring, we've never met, but I just want to say it's really great for you to meet me." I told her how I'd been thinking, and I thought it'd be a great idea if she ran down the street to get me a pack of Stivos and some chicken Samboy chips. To sweeten the deal, I flashed her me pearly whites. She just stood there, mouth open. Poor girl. I can't imagine what it must be like for regular schmoes like her to meet a genuine A-list superhero franchise megastar like myself. I walked away, then turned back, looked into her eyes and said, "Seriously, a pack of Stivos and some chicken Samboy. Soon would be good." Some organising dude walked into the chalet and said that we were lucky. The mountain had had a fresh dump of powder snow. Stephen shouted, "That'll be the second fresh dump I've encountered today, after going into that cubicle straight after Goldsmith." Toddy pretended to ignore him, but I lost it, pissed myself laughing. I fell over a trestle table and knocked a fire extinguisher off the wall. In lesser hands, this could have looked clumsy, but you can't get cast in both superhero blockbusters and romantic comedy if you're not versatile. I rescued the situation by holding the fire extinguisher against my groin and saying, "Look, I'm Jake the Peg with a stiffy." I looked over to Steph. He was rolling on the floor. Then the day took a turn for the worse. Organiser dude said something about the celebrity race being for charity. Charity. The most offensive of all four-letter words. I told the group that the name of this charity had better contain at least one of the words Jackman, Wolverine, or 2009 Academy Award host. Otherwise, what am I getting out of being here? Organiser said the race was just a bit of fun. Say no more, I said. In life, I've always found that the most fun you can ever have is ruining other people's fun. We were issued with skis and taken to the chairlift. The chair I rode on was cramped, especially with Jim Owen and Pat Rafter already sitting on it. It was standing room only when me and Steph jumped on. Rafter can be such a boring guy. He spent the whole ride up saying the same thing over and over again. "Stop rocking the chair, you'll get us killed, what the hell is the matter with you?" Talk about repetitive. Stephen asked me if I've ever heard what an Irish ski head sounds like. I said no. Then he smacked Jim Owen over the head with his skis. It made a sort of thwack, "Ow, Jesus Christ, I'm bleeding" sound. There was a crowd at the top of the mountain waiting for the celebrity race. I thought it was a bad look for me to be using skis. I threw them into the crowd. They made a similar thwack, "Ow, I'm bleeding" sound to the Irish ski head sound Stephen made. In place of skis, I had something more stylish and high-tech, befitting someone of my glamorous status. A couple of iPads. I'd found them back at the chalet in some prize basket for a raffle that was to be drawn after the race, by yours truly. Using hockey straps I'd taken out of Luhrmann's boot, in order to make room for Luhrmann, I strapped an iPad onto each foot and gave the fans a wave. There I was, in me footy shorts, me Children of Bottom t-shirt, some brand spanking iPads on me feet, a bottle of chartreuse in each hand, in the snow, on top of the mountain, literally and figuratively. This is what the crowds wanted to see, not some B-listers on skis. I looked over to Stephen. He had that look in his eyes, that look I knew so well, that look that said, "I've got Jim Owen in a headlock." I saw Jim Owen break free and fall to the ground, gasping for air. Stephen then read my mind and said the two most exhilarating words you can hear at any social gathering: "Stacks on." He took a run up and jumped on Jim Owen. I pushed Rafter on top of him, followed by Goldsmith, followed by the cast of Offspring. I scaled the summit of this pile of squirming B-listers. I raised me hands in triumph, then lowered them again to scull some chartreuse and have a quick spew, then raised them in triumph again. I climbed down and skied off on the iPads to victory in the celebrity race. It didn't matter that I went in the wrong direction. It became the right direction by virtue of it being me, the ski champion, iPad champion, king of the mountain, Hugh Jackman.
The Hugh Jackman Diaries.